how the cattle industry actually contributes to the greenhouse gas effect and how seaweed could actually be a remedy to this problem. So first off, what are greenhouse gases? The two main gases you've probably heard of are CO2, carbon dioxide, and methane. And so what happens is when these gases are released into the air, they actually absorb heat more than air or oxygen would. And what this does is it actually creates kind of a blanket, kind of like putting a towel over warm food. So the heat from the sun that comes to the Earth normally radiates back into space. And when this greenhouse effect is within our atmosphere, it keeps that heat within our atmosphere and the Earth just warms. It warms up. And EcoWatch documents actually where these greenhouse gases are coming from. And it documents or it reports that 14% of the emissions comes from the transportation industry, which is cars, trucks, boats, planes, you name it. Actually, 18% comes from the cattle industry alone. And this is because cattle emit methane, and methane is actually 23 times more potent than CO2, meaning that it's 23 times more absorbing of heat than CO2 is. So the cattle only have to emit a small amount to create a big impact on the greenhouse emissions. So what can we do about this issue? Actually, a few scientists in Australia realized that if you add seaweed into a cow's diet, it'll actually cut their methane emissions by over 90%. And they're about to release a year-long study of this that they just did this past year, so the reports are about to be out. So all in all, it seems like a big, daunting issue, this greenhouse effect, but simple remedies like seaweed can actually make a big impact. And even say if you don't believe in climate change or that the greenhouse gases are an issue, cattle don't smell the greatest. And adding a little seaweed to their diet can actually greatly cut down on their smell. Thank you.